Hi everybody, FNM TG Pokemon here. Gonna do a deck tech / update from FNM. Went 3-1 tonight. Ended up taking 4th because of tiebreakers. So yeah, I lost to the mirror. I beat some kid. Felt bad because he was playing with like 80 cards or something, and beat a blue-red homebrew, kind of like a blue-red counter burn, and then I also beat I guess it was like a black-white humans, I guess, but I don't know, it was a weird deck. She's been tweaking her deck for a while. Used to be tokens, and now it's black-white, like Honor the Peer. I don't know, it's really weird. But anyways, let's get to the creatures. Start off with 2 Gideon's Lawkeepers and 2 Doom Travelers. These are just some solid 1-drops, lock something down, and these produce a token, so they're nice 1-drops just to chump block and then have that flyer to equip things too. We got 4 Champion of the Parish. You want to generally have one of these in your opening hand at all times, because you drop this and then it just starts getting bigger and bigger. 2 drops. We've got 4 Mirror Crusaders. Whenever they block or attack, all of the humans get +1/+1, so it's kind of nice to have them out for... Or Hamlet Captain, what did I say?
Mirror Crusader?
Oh, I was looking at Mirror Crusader. So yeah, Hamlet Captains. It's nice for pumping up your dudes when you're blocking and attacking. And then we have 4 Mayor of Averbrook. Pumps your other human creatures, and then if you get a chance to flip them, it's a 3/3 for 2 if it flips, and you get a wolf token every time at the end of your wolf step, or at the end of your at your end step, end of your turn. So he can be pretty powerful if he's not dealt with, which is pretty nice. And then we have 4 Quarter Paladins. A lot of people don't run these, but I do because it's a 3/1 for 2 with Battle Cry. So if they don't have an answer to it, and even if they do chump block it, all your other creatures get +1/+0 till the end of turn. And even if you have like a defensive creature out, 3 power can normally get through it. So these are really good for a 2-drop. 3 drops, we just have 4 Mirror Crusaders. One of the staples of the deck. Protection from black and green, double strike. If he's suited up with a sword or an Angelic Destiny, he can swing for a lot. Nothing better than saying, equip with Angelic Destiny. Good? Okay, I will swing for 12. So that's pretty cool. 4 drops for creatures. We have 4 Hero of Bladeholds. I was running 3, but I misplaced one of my cards somewhere from the sideboard, I think, or something. And so I just ended up running 4 of these tonight in the main deck. I got 1 promo and then 3 regular. But she's another staple. She comes out. If she's not dealt with, you're swinging for 7 power. Every turn. So she is really awesome. And then the last creature we have in the deck is a Angelic Overseer. She is basically the big finisher. If you can land her with a human out, it's pretty much game over for most decks. 5/3 hexproof indestructible flying is hard to deal with, and she makes a great blocker if you need to try and thin out their ranks or whatever. So I just leave a singleton in just because I like the way she matches up with everything else. Alright, we'll go into some spells and equipment. We got 2 Angelic Destinies. I might be upping this up to 3, but I'm not quite sure. But Angelic Destiny is pretty hot. As long as it connects to a creature, it gives it +4/+4 flying and for a strike. And it's an angel in addition to its other type. And then when the creature dies, you get Angelic Destiny back to your hand. So throwing it on a Spirit token or a Doom Traveler, you're swinging for 5 power. And if it does get dismembered or something, you get Angelic Destiny back, which is really good. Keeps recurring. I run 3 Oblivion Rings main board. I find 3 is a good number to have in the main board. It's the only removal in the deck besides Gideon's Lawkeeper. Post board, I put in a extra one, and depending on what I see out of the other decks, but I feel 3 is a good number in the deck. And then I'm running 2 Sword of War and Peace. A lot of white human decks at my shop, so this can be a lifesaver. Throw it on anything pro white, pro red, +2/+2, and then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. So I mean, the triggered ability isn't that great, but the pro red white and the 2/2 is very relevant in my meta. So now we'll go to the mana base. We have 2 Gavany Townships. For 1 white, 1 green, and 2 colorless, you can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So your little guys can get big pretty quickly if they're not swinging in, or if they're just kind of sitting back and waiting. You just keep pumping, and eventually you're going to get enough damage to get through and kill them. We have 4 Razorverge Thickets, 1 shiny. This is generally what you want to see in your opening hand, is a couple of these to get them down to come into play untapped. You generally don't want to draw them late game, but most times you should have enough mana out to deal with anything by then. 4 Sunpetal Groves, nice, dual land again, green, white. They don't come in a tap generally, because you generally have at least 1 plains or 1 forest out before they come out, so not too much of an issue there. I'm running 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plains right now, and 6 forests, because I have a lot heavier white commitment, double white. There is no double green in here, so generally this is enough, along with the duals, to be able to support the green that's in the deck. So that's the main deck. I tweaked the sideboard again today, just because I expected people to move away from green and white humans, and they kind of did. There was a couple still, 2 I played, but seems there's a lot more Wolf Run Ramp coming around again, so I'm going to have to try and side in for that now again. But I put in a Ratchet Bomb just in case anybody decided to play tokens, but there was none, so kind of just sat there. I have 2 Dismembers on the side in case I deal with like an opposing Hero Blade hold or something like that. It's just extra removal. We have 1 Beast Within. It's good for playing against like Mono Black Infect. I decided in the Dismembers and the Beast Within, because otherwise you can't really deal with them, because you're running white removal. So we got 1 Ghost Quarter. I'm probably going to have to put in another one, because a lot of Wolf Run Ramp tonight. There was 2 variations, I believe, or 3. I can't remember, but they can get out of hand quickly. So these are good, especially, and even against Mono Black Infect, where you can get rid of an Ink Moth or something. I had a Batterskull in because there was a kid playing Mono Red. The red deck wins, so this was more for that matchup, but he didn't play tonight, and it sounds like nobody's playing Mono Red anymore, so that'll probably come out. 2 Grand Abolishers. There's a couple of blue-white blade decks going around, so these are nice to have just for the controlling matchup, where you can, basically, if they can't deal with this, then you can slap down your Angelic Destiny without having fear of being 2 for 1, having your something Doombladed or bounced or something like that during your turn. So Gideon Jura, excuse me. This comes in against control matchups again. He's very, very hard to deal with if this control. I mean, he's a 6/6 for 0. Once you get him on the field, and just prevent all damage. Basically, he's just a big blocker and attacker if you need him, and his other abilities aren't bad either. If they have a Grave Titan or something, anything where they have to attack, Gideon, then you can play around that. So I have 2 Revoke Existence. These are for the other white matchups, and then also for just when I see swords and stuff. I mean, exiling an artifact or enchantment is a lot better than just putting it in the graveyard these days with Sun Titan and things like that running around. So these are great. Sorcery speed, but they end up working a lot better than O-Ring or anything else like that. So we have 2 Day of Judgments. These are for Mono Black, in fact. I guess kind of Wolf Run because, you know, this is the only way they can deal with their Dungrove unless you suit up a Mirroring Crusader and just, you know, chump block with it. But yeah, so 2 Day of Judgments for other aggro decks too. I sometimes side them in depending on if I'm able to stay ahead of them or with them. If I'm falling behind, I side these in. 1 Naturalize. Like I said, Revoke Distance is better, but this is at instant speed. So, you know, like tonight I had my something O-ringed, and in response I destroyed the O-ring just to keep my permanent. So, and then here's the 4th O-ring I mentioned before that I bring in when I need more removal. So that is the deck. 3-1 again tonight. Took 4th place because of tiebreakers, which wasn't, you know, which kind of sucked. But I bought packs after we got done. I bought 2 Mirrored and Besieged, and Courtney ended up opening them in the car. The first one had a foil Mirror Works and can't remember the other thing. But and then she looked at me and said, "What are you looking for out of these packs?" And I said, "Sword of Feast and Famine." She goes, "Okay, there's one in this pack." Lo and behold, Sword of Feast and Famine. So this will go into this green-white humans. It's black and green, pro green, black, +2/+2. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you untap all lands you control. I am looking for 1 more of these. I'm willing to trade straight up for like a Liliana. I mean, she's worth like 45 or something, but I need another one of these pretty badly. So, overall, decent night. Wish I could have placed to get another go for the throat. Last week I went 4-0. I didn't make a video about it, but I had some better draws. Tonight I had a couple of games where I was mana screwed or mana flooded. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to do a trade binder here. But thanks for watching. Remember to comment and subscribe.